Kei Nishikori was born on December 29, 1989, in Mihara, Hiroshima, Japan. The son of a former basketball player, Nishikori was introduced to sports at a very young age, but it was tennis that captured his imagination. His family moved to the United States when Kei was just 14 years old, a pivotal moment that would shape his future in tennis. At 14, Nishikori moved to Florida to train at the IMG Academy, one of the premier tennis academies in the world. Despite being relatively small in stature compared to many of his competitors, Nishikori's natural athleticism and determination were evident from the start. At the IMG Academy, he honed his skills under the guidance of some of the best tennis coaches, setting him on the path to success. The move to the United States was a bold decision, but it proved to be the right one, giving him the training and exposure necessary to elevate his game to the highest level. Nishikori's early tennis career was characterized by rapid progress. After impressing at junior tournaments, he made the decision to turn professional at just 17. His rise through the ranks was swift, and by the time he was 19, he was already beginning to compete in ATP events, signaling the start of what would become an impressive career, breakthrough and career development. Kei Nishikori's breakthrough came in 2008 when he made a strong impression at the US Open by advancing to the third round. This marked the beginning of his recognition on the global tennis stage. However, it was in 2014 that Nishikori truly announced himself as a contender for the sport's top honors. The year 2014 was a defining one for Nishikori. He reached the final of the US Open, defeating top players such as Novak Djokovic and Stan Wawrinka on his way to the final. Although he fell short to Marin Cilic in the final, the run to the championship match was a career-defining achievement and solidified Nishikori's position among the elite players in men's tennis. He became the first Japanese male player to reach a Grand Slam final in the Open era, a remarkable feat that brought him widespread recognition in Japan and across the tennis world. During this period, Nishikori's game was built on a relentless baseline style, marked by extraordinary speed, agility, and precision. His ground strokes, particularly his forehand, became one of his greatest assets. Additionally, his work ethic and mental toughness allowed him to perform at the highest level, even in the face of adversity. Career peak. Grand Slam contender and consistency. Following his breakthrough in 2014, Kei Nishikori continued to be a force on the ATP Tour, consistently competing at a high level. In 2015, he reached a career-high World No. 4 ranking and cemented his place as one of the top players in the world. He was the first Japanese player to reach the top 5 of the ATP rankings since Shuzo Matsuoka in the early 1990s, further solidifying his place in tennis history. Nishikori's success in the middle of the 2010s was marked by consistent results at ATP 1000 events, Grand Slams, and ATP Finals. In 2015, he won the prestigious ATP 500 title at the Memphis Open, followed by a career-high runner-up finish at the ATP World Tour Finals in London. Nishikori's consistency was reflected in his impressive records, including being one of the few players to regularly defeat the big three of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. One of Nishikori's most significant achievements came in 2016, when he became the first Japanese male tennis player to reach the semi-finals of the Australian Open. The achievement further elevated his standing in the sport. Throughout his career, Nishikori was known for his tenacious and disciplined approach to the game, often grinding out long rallies and demonstrating impressive movement and court coverage. His ability to consistently compete with the best players in the world placed him among the top stars in men's tennis. One of Nishikori's notable victories came at the 2018 Brisbane International, where he triumphed over Ryan Harrison in a thrilling final to claim the title. Nishikori's performance was lauded for its precision, consistency, and maturity, giving him yet another title at the ATP level. Main achievements and milestones. Kei Nishikori's career has been defined by numerous achievements, each of which has solidified his place in tennis history. Below are some of his most notable accomplishments. US Open finalist, 2014. Nishikori reached his first Grand Slam final at the 2014 US Open, where he became the first Japanese man to reach a major singles final in the Open era. Although he fell short against Marin Cilic, his run to the final was a breakthrough moment for Japanese tennis. ATP Career High Ranking, 2015. In 2015, Nishikori reached his career-high ranking of World No. 4, a historic achievement for a Japanese male player. ATP titles. Nishikori has claimed numerous titles on the ATP Tour, including 12 singles titles, with his most prestigious being the 2015 Memphis Open and the 2018 Brisbane International. ATP Finals, 2014. Nishikori reached the finals of the 2014 ATP World Tour Finals, where he defeated several top players to reach the championship match. This accomplishment was a testament to his ability to compete with the best in the sport. Davis Cup success. Nishikori was a key figure in Japan's Davis Cup team, helping Japan reach the 2013 Davis Cup quarter-finals and earning Japan multiple victories in the competition. Grand Slam consistency. Nishikori has consistently reached the latter rounds of Grand Slam events, with his best results coming in the form of semi-final appearances at the Australian Open, 2016, and French Open, 2015, as well as his runner-up finish at the US Open in 2014. Injuries and challenges. Despite his many accomplishments, Kei Nishikori's career has not been without its challenges. Injuries have been a recurring issue for the Japanese player, and they have significantly impacted his career in the latter half of the 2010s. In particular, Nishikori has struggled with elbow and wrist injuries, which forced him to take time off the tour and hampered his ability to maintain consistent form. In 2017, he was sidelined for several months due to a wrist injury, which required surgery. The injury disrupted his momentum, and upon his return, he found it challenging to regain his previous form. Although Nishikori continued to compete at a high level, injuries remained a persistent challenge, affecting his ranking and overall performance. His struggles with physical setbacks were compounded by the intense competition from younger players and the dominance of the Big Three: Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Nevertheless, Nishikori's work ethic and determination allowed him to continue fighting and competing at the highest level, even as he faced these physical challenges. His ability to stay relevant in a sport that demands peak physical fitness for prolonged periods was a testament to his resilience. Final years and legacy. As of 2023, Kei Nishikori has continued to battle through injuries, competing in various ATP events but struggling to replicate his earlier form. While he has yet to add another Grand Slam title to his name, his legacy as one of Japan's greatest ever tennis players remains secure. His run to the 2014 US Open final, his career-high number 4 ranking, and his role in popularizing tennis in Japan will always define his remarkable career. In addition to his tennis accomplishments, Nishikori's work off the court has made him a national hero in Japan. He has become a symbol of perseverance and dedication, serving as an inspiration for younger generations of athletes. His popularity in Japan remains incredibly strong, and he continues to be one of the country's most beloved athletes. Despite not capturing the Grand Slam titles he may have hoped for, Nishikori's impact on the game and his place as one of Japan's most iconic tennis figures is undeniable. His story is one of overcoming adversity and striving for excellence against the backdrop of a fiercely competitive tennis world. He will undoubtedly be remembered as a trailblazer who put Japan on the tennis map,